A Grouch's Christmas, written by Michael Montine, illustrated by Tom Lee. Copyright 1995, Children's Television Workshop. It was the day before Christmas, and Elmo was helping his mother make Christmas cookies. Elmo watched his mother roll the dough out on the countertop. Then he cut out shapes in the dough with cookie cutters and sprinkled them with colored sugar. Elmo stood in front of the oven door and watched the cookies turn golden brown. When the cookies came out of the oven, Elmo's mother said, "You may try one, Elmo, but we have to save the rest for our Christmas guest. This year, you're big enough to pass the plate of cookies yourself." "Okay, Mommy," said Elmo. "And Elmo will tell everyone that Elmo helped make them." Elmo picked out a reindeer-shaped cookie. These are good. Cookie Monster will love them." As Elmo's mother was putting away the flour and sugar, she glanced out the kitchen window and said, "Look, Elmo, it's snowing." "Oh boy, Mommy. May Elmo go outside and play?" "Yes, dear. Let's put on your coat and boots. Here's a big scarf to tie around your neck. Keep dry and don't stay out for too long." "Okay, Mommy." And Elmo ran out the door and down Sesame Street to build a snow monster. He saw the footprints that his boots made in the snow. The snow was as white and fine as the flour Elmo's mother sprinkled on the counter for the cookie dough. Snowflakes drifted down and clung to Elmo's hat and scarf. He opened his mouth to catch some more. All along Sesame Street, Elmo saw his friends getting ready for Christmas. Ernie and Bert were carrying a Christmas tree. Louise was stringing colored lights in the window of the Fix-It shop. Big Bird was decorating a little Christmas tree. Harry Monster had dressed up like Santa Claus, and he was ringing a bell to collect toys and food for needy families. The Count was counting snowflakes as they fell. 1 beautiful snowflake. 2 beautiful snowflakes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So many beautiful snowflakes. Wonderful. "Merry Christmas, everybody," Elmo shouted. "Merry Christmas, Elmo," his friends called back. Elmo passed by Oscar's trash can. "Merry Christmas, Oscar." "I hate Christmas," said Oscar. Elmo stopped suddenly. He lifted up the ear flaps of his cap and said, "Would you please say that again, Oscar? Elmo doesn't think he heard you right." "Of course I will. I'll say it again and again and again. I hate Christmas, I hate Christmas, I hate Christmas." "But how could you hate Christmas, Oscar? There's nothing about Christmas to hate." "Oh, yes, there is. There's all that ho-ho-hoing and fa-la-la-laing. There's everyone going around smiling and being cheerful and giving other people nice presents. This is the worst time of year for grouches." "Oh, Oscar, there are things about Christmas even a grouch would like." "Name one," said Oscar. Elmo thought for a moment. "Cookies." Elmo just helped his mommy make Christmas cookies. "Were they sardine cookies with chocolate icing?" Oscar asked. "No, they were sugar cookies shaped like stars and Christmas trees and reindeer. Elmo cut them all out himself." Oscar scowled. "Yuck, they sound awful." "Just wait, Oscar. Elmo will be right back. Elmo is going to find a zillion reasons for Oscar to like Christmas." "Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere until the holidays are over," grumbled Oscar. And then he disappeared inside of his trash can and slammed the lid down with a crash. Elmo forgot all about building snow monsters. He went looking for reasons for Oscar to like Christmas. If he couldn't find a zillion, he was sure he could at least find a few. First, Elmo stopped at Big Bird's nest. Elmo told him what he wanted to do. Big Bird said, "I've got an idea. I'll meet you at Oscar's trash can in 1 hour." Next, Elmo stopped to visit Ernie and Bert. They said they liked to help too. Elmo stopped to see Harry and then the Count. They all agreed to meet at Oscar's. Elmo raced back home and told his mother what he wanted to do. "That sounds disgusting," she said. But she helped anyway. When everything was ready, Elmo hurried to Oscar's can. His friends were there, just as they had promised. "Merry Christmas, Oscar," Elmo called as he knocked on the trash can lid. Oscar popped out of his can. "I told you I hate Christmas. Elmo laughed, and Elmo told you he was going to find a zillion reasons why you would like it. So, did you? Oscar asked. No, Oscar, but Elmo found a few really good ones. Ernie and Bert handed Oscar a little Christmas tree. It was decorated with old tin cans, orange peels, and bits of raggedy string. That's not a bad-looking tree. You guys decorated it just for me? See, Oscar, said Elmo. That's one thing you like about Christmas. Well, thanks, you guys. I like Christmas because it's a time for families to get together, said Big Bird. Tomorrow my granny bird is coming to visit. So, maybe Grandjetta would come to visit you if you invited her, Oscar, suggested Big Bird. Said Oscar. That's not the worst idea I've ever heard. Grandjetta and I could sit down complaining and grumbling. You see, that's another nice thing about Christmas. It's a time for families to enjoy themselves, said Big Bird. Harry said, I like Christmas because it's about sharing and helping others. Today I collected toys and food for families who need them. Tonight, Grover and I are going to deliver them. You don't happen to have anything to share, do you, Oscar? Just a minute. Oscar disappeared into his trash can. He came back up a few seconds later. Here, maybe someone could use this, said Oscar. He handed Harry a red and white striped scarf. Why, thank you, Oscar, said Harry. I'm sure someone could use it. Doesn't it feel good to help someone? I suppose so. It sure feels good to get rid of that scarf. It's too clean and it doesn't have one moth hole in it. I wouldn't want Grandjetta to see it if she came tomorrow. Oscar, Elmo made 12 reasons for you to like Christmas, said Elmo. There are a dozen sardine Christmas cookies with chocolate icing. Merry Christmas, Oscar. There's something else I like about Christmas too, said the Count. What's that? Asked Oscar. Your friends. When you count your blessings, count your friends. Let me count them for you. 1 friend. 2 friends. Never mind, Count. I can do it, said Oscar. Oscar was quiet for a minute. Finally, he turned to Elmo and said, Okay, I give up. You were right, Elmo. Christmas isn't so bad after all. Then Oscar took a big bite of sardine cookie. Ah, these cookies are delicious. Thanks, Elmo, and Merry Christmas. Then everybody began to sing, and Oscar sang the fa-la-la-la part the loudest.